I got a Star Wars rant to get out of my system before Nikki jumps on. It's not Solo related. It's not Solo related. An old friend showed up in this week's episode of The Mandalorian, and I need to rant about it because of the reaction my reaction got. Good old M Count, aka Midi-chlorians. I set the YouTube comments ablaze with my hate for Midi-chlorians. Now, I know the YouTube community doesn't know me as well as you guys do. You guys know that I don't want anything that's canon deleted from Star Wars. I've talked about this a lot. It's one of my biggest pet peeves. But in the video, I did say I want Midi-chlorians erased from Star Wars. How dare I contradict myself in such a way? The introduction to Midi-chlorians is one of the single stupidest and lazy components of writing in a story like Star Wars that I've ever seen.
I need a midi-chlorian count.
The reading is off the chart. Over 20,000.
Even Master Yoda doesn't have a midi-chlorian count that high.
What does that mean?
I'm not sure.
What are midi-chlorians?
Midi-chlorians are a microscopic life form that resides within all living cells. And we are symbionts with them. Life forms living together for mutual advantage. Without the midi-chlorians, life could not exist. And we would have no knowledge of the Force. They continually speak to us, telling us the will of the Force.
The concept is fine. I love the prequels. I'm a big fan of the prequels. But a lot of the writing and the insertion of things that didn't exist in a trilogy that existed 16 years prior, George created a lot of inconsistencies himself with his own story with the prequels. I'm a really big believer of just some things are better left unsaid and unexplained. Yoda's background is one of them. Midi-chlorian, like, where a Jedi or a Sith gets his power doesn't need to be explained. The execution was silly and lazy. And they ended up being pointless because Anakin Skywalker had the highest midi-chlorian count of anyone ever, but he still got his ass kicked by Obi-Wan. So how much do they actually matter? You know? They obviously don't mean anything. And Yoda even laid it out, I think, in Empire.
For my ally is the Force, and a powerful ally it is. Life creates it, makes it grow. Its energy surrounds us and binds us. Luminous beings are we, not this crude matter. You must feel the Force around you, here, between you, me, the tree, the rock, everywhere.
He didn't say anything about midi-chlorians. The whole original trilogy was about learning about becoming a Jedi and growing with the Force. And not a word of it was mentioned. And that's the trouble with prequel type content. Is like you throw something as big as like, oh, this is really where the Force users get their powers. Like this is really how we scale it. You throw something that big in a prequel, then never hear. They don't even talk about it in the trilogy. At least I don't recall hearing anything midi-chlorian related. It's too hard of a thing to inject into a massive world like Star Wars and then never have it referenced ever in any of the other content until now. And Mandalorian already did it better because M Count is so much cooler than here in Midi-chlorians. Yeah, some things are better left a mystery. 100%. I don't think anybody was clamoring about like, ooh, how does a Jedi or a Sith, like where do they get their power from? Like, I don't think that was ever, it's just like how Han Solo got his name. I don't think anybody was asking that because it doesn't matter.